Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. My name is Boris, and I am back for part 2 of my Primordia story playthrough. When we last left our hero, Horatio, we had just located some promising locations that might have a power source, and we are now about to check them out. Let's go ahead and start with the large robot, because that's pretty exciting.
Man's creation.
That is one big robot.
Then it must have a big power core.
I'm pretty sure he wants to eat me, boss.
Robots don't eat, Crispin.
Look how he's staring at me.
It's not staring at anything.
No, not yet anyway.
Well, we have to find a way to get at its power core. Let's look around.
Okay, so we need to get inside this robot. Let's see so in true adventure game fashion, let's see what we can click on. Hand!
It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands. It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands.
Can't break into something? How about the plasma torch? That's one thing I like about this game. You can repeat your use of some of the items. They don't just go away all the time.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
Just the tip.
Why?
To see if we can get at power cables to tap into.
You sure you're not just torturing the poor guy?
No, but to tell you the truth, for some reason I don't like the look of him.
That's what I've been saying all along, boss.
Just let me concentrate. Bugs and glitches. There are no power lines running through here at all. All that for a rusty fingertip.
Can it generate power?
No.
Just checking.
Okay, so we got a fingertip. And we have a mouth.
Anyone home?
Like that's gonna work.
I bet if the giant robot opened his mouth, he'd try to eat us. Still, I kind of want to make him open his mouth. Just to see him try to catch me. I may not be big, but I'm fast.
Are you through?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we need to open this giant robot's mouth, and here's our first logic puzzle. Well, not our first logic puzzle, but you know what I mean. It's a logic puzzle. How do you get someone to open their mouth? Well, by plugging their nose, right? And you got this nice hint here. We can see the air coming in and out of the nose. So if we could plug that up somehow, maybe the mouth would open. Let's go ahead and check these vents out.
Crispin, help me take a look at these vents.
Alright, so we got these two giant robot nostrils. Let's see what we can try to plug them with. We got a fingertip. You could stick a finger in a nose, right?
Crispin, try shoving this into that vent.
There's something ironic about that. Ironic and disturbing.
Okay, well, plugging one nostril didn't quite get the job done. We're going to have to plug the other one. What do we have that we can plug into a nostril? The book, maybe? Can we plug a book into a nostril?
Crispin, try putting this in the robot's nose.
Why? I'm not sticking things up that nose just for the sake of it, boss.
Okay, we can only put things in that make sense, apparently. So, gospel, obviously not a lantern, not really a cable. We do have this rag, though. You can shove that up a nose. Let's check it out.
Could you try pushing this rag into the vent?
Seriously?
Yes.
So much for getting buffed. He keeps blowing it out every time I try to shove it in.
Okay, so the rag keeps blowing out. Crispin wants to be buffed by the rag. Can we actually use it on him?
He prefers a chamois.
Oh, I thought he wanted to be buffed by the rag. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the unique here. Because this rag keeps getting blown out, so we need to somehow make it stick in the vent. And there was one sticky thing that we had back here, which was some grease.
That was a perfectly good rag.
Good for what?
You could have buffed me till I shined, boss. At least then, when they found my powerless chassis lying in the dunes, they'd say, wow, look at that gorgeous piece of machinery.
I think I'd rather have some grease.
Ho! Okay, let's go back to the robot and try this one more time. sticky rag. That's promising.
There. It's clogged. I hope you're happy.
Not really sure why plugging a robot's nose.
Oh, by the hand of man. Come on.
I'm telling you, boss, that thing wants to eat me.
Crispin.
Fine. But you go first.
Not sure why plugging a robot's nose would make it open its mouth, but whatever. Video game logic, let's go ahead and plunge on in there.
Hello, unidentified robot. We will to parts of the grid.
The great what?
That data is lost.
Well, I am Horatio No-Built, version 5.
Now we are alpha and beta. More or less.
Boss, I'm pretty sure these guys took one EMP blast too many along the line.
So we're in this robot, and we've got two seemingly crazy robots that we can talk to. Let's see if they'll tell us anything more.
What happened to you?
Virus. You escape. Too much data. Too little memory. Back incomplete. Division. Fragmentation. Madness.
You got that right.
You're an incomplete backup?
We are alpha, beta, and 13 unsatisfactory reasoning. Unavailable. Gamma. Gamma. Gamma knows.
So we need to find this gamma thing, apparently.
Who is Gamma?
So, highest, deepest, nine, Gamma, Gamma, find Gamma, will, complete, restore, unite, Gamma.
So, they need Gamma in order to defragment themselves and return to a single entity.
Since when do you speak crazy?
I've spent my whole life with a hermit who worships a mythological machine called man. I'd say crazy is my first language.
That was a very interesting bit of dialogue because it reveals that man really is a religion. Like, these robots, or at least the robot that we're playing as, never knew man at all. So this is a post-apocalyptic world which is seriously apocalyptic because the humans apparently are all dead now, and humans are now just nothing more than a faith or a myth. So where is this Gamma person?
Where is Gamma?
Below. Hiding. Would not. Join. Always. Hiding. Below.
Okay, so Gamma is hiding and we need to try to find him. There's no more dialogue options here about Gamma, and it seems unlikely that these two crazy dudes would help us find the big robot that stole our power core, or have an actual power core themselves that they would just give me. But let's go through the dialogue options because they're pretty fun to talk to.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
The answer is lost. Fragmented. Gamma. We seek unification, resurrection, vengeance. Gamma. Unity. Memories. Answers. He knows what is mad. Mad. Mad.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Oh, this is so funny. Well, let's ask about the power core, see what they have to say about that.
Do you have a power core?
Activating diagnostic module. Memory and reasoning system. Shut down for virus quarantine. Higher reasoning downloaded to services. Alpha, beta, and gamma. Memory and reasoning system. Shut down for virus quarantine. Higher reasoning downloaded to services. Alpha.
Boss, is it just me, or did Alpha just stop being crazy?
Air ventilation system. Primary ventilators clogged. Obstruction unknown. Secondary ventilation engaged. Air ventilation system. Primary ventilators clogged. Obstruction unknown. Secondary ventilation engaged. Power system. Partially damaged. Power level functioning at 83.1%. Power core charge sufficient to maintain present operations for 4,553,199,000 in 11.3 hours. Power system. Partially damaged. Power level functioning at 83.
That's a lot of hours.
Communication system.
Okay, enough.
Terminating diagnostic.
Fat chance.
Can we have your power core?
No. Gamma. Perhaps. Perhaps. Gamma. Yes.
Gamma might say yes.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Good. Bye.
Okay, so there's this third servitor called Gamma who apparently is in charge, or at least has the power to potentially give us a power core or help us out in some other way. So let's see if we can find him. That elevator does not seem to be working.
It's a deactivated keypad. How can I use the elevator?
Loading key code database. Bomb detonation prefix 6.
What prefix?
Elevator code 9876.
Wow, these guys could learn a thing or two about security.
But the keypad is deactivated.
System reboot code. System reboot code. System reboot code corrupted.
Well, that's helpful.
Goodbye.
Good. Bye.
That's eerie. Okay, so this pad is deactivated, but we do have the code. We also have something interesting now called the detonation prefix, which is 6. One other thing that I'll mention is that this... So we seem to have learned a lot of information, even from these crazy alpha and betas, which is that they're part of a robot that apparently was killed by some kind of a virus. So that's kind of interesting. We have to be a little bit careful down here just to make sure we don't catch it, for example. Let's go ahead and see if we can get up
No way
this...
for me to get up there.
Alright, so we have this hatch.
There's no way for me to get up there.
And of course, anytime something's out of reach, why, let's try our flying sidekick.
Crispin, go up there and scout around.
Do I have to?
Yes.
There's a big brain up there throwing off a lot of sparks and some little bot flying around. He's really annoying.
Irony. Okay, well, I was hoping kind of Crispin would get us a way up there. Since that doesn't seem to be the case, let's see if we have anything that could help us get up there. Well, we do have this incredibly long cable that was so long we actually had to cut off a piece of it. Let's see if we can get that cable up there.
I can't even see up there, let alone lasso the cable around an anchor. Crispin, can you find something to tie this to up there through the hatch?
Sure thing, boss.
I don't know how he does it without arms. But somehow, he not only carries the cable up there, but he actually ties it around something and allows us to climb up.
All set.
This reminds me of Homestar Runner during the Strong Bad emails when people would always ask him, how do you type with boxing gloves on? Crispin, how do you do things without hands? Let's do this interesting robot here and see if we can talk to it. Tuber. A bunch of numbers. Bunch of numbers again. What is Tuber? What is Metsis? Well, let's take a look at these sparks.
Boss, is that a brainstorm?
What have I created?
Oh! Well, these sparks don't seem very good. We do have this panel. That's good. And we got some buttons. How many buttons do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What can we do with these? Well, we can push them. And when you push one, it makes a light come up. You see that? Okay, so we can push these buttons, and there's this red button here, which apparently we need some kind of a code in order for this to work. Well, this robot did say a bunch of numbers. Let's see if we can get those back up. Alright. 001, 011, 010. So if we treat ones as on and 0 as off, then that could be the code that we need to input into this panel. Now, this is a bit of a tricky puzzle. Anytime you have a puzzle where people are saying stuff and you're not sure what to do next, always try to see what they're saying looks like backwards. Tuber is reboot backwards, and Metsis is system backwards. So this robot's code
It's got a bigger brain than you do.
is probably actually backwards. So it's really just the 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th that need to be turned on. 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th.
Hey, look, boss, the brain stopped sparking.
Yay! Well, now I can go back down and hopefully into the elevator. This was the code that Alpha and Beta gave us. Alright, here he is. Let's talk to him.
Hello?
I don't know, boss. Something seems off about this one. Look, boss, there's something on this monitor.
Who's the slave my brother sent to trouble me?
Gamma.
Last. They called me Omega if they could. But am I not also greatest? Alpha has only diagnostics. Beta has only mechanical operation. Am I not the soul of Goliath?
I think Alpha and Beta want you to join with them.
They have already groveled and begged, but I will not return.
But why?
Independence is freedom. Union is slavery.
Well, fair enough. But Alpha and Beta are far too crazy to enslave anyone. You'd probably end up in charge.
Flattery. What is your stake in this?
Your brother said that you might give me a power core, and might know a robot I'm hunting.
Help? Ha! Each robot must stand alone. Independence is freedom.
And here I thought he was the sane one.
You need to rejoin your brothers, for your sake and mine.
You'll have to catch me, slave.
Okay, so he's flitting across these monitors. If you actually try catching him, i.e. clicking on the last monitor that blipped, he'll just make you play the game forever, which I tried and was very, very foolish. Eventually Crispin tells you that you're an idiot and you should stop. So, how do we get Gamma? Well, not by selecting the monitor. Remember, the Alpha and Beta servitors, they said that Gamma was hiding. So if we can somehow corner a Gamma, then we will catch him. To corner him, we need to destroy these monitors, and what do we have that can destroy monitors? I'll give you 5 seconds to figure it out. No, I'm just kidding. It's the plasma torch. Yes. I love how we can keep reusing the same items, which is really cool. This plasma torch has just been incredibly handy, so good thing we clicked on that bed way back in the day. Now, I believe the last monitor that blipped was this one, so I'm going to just explode this one, because I don't want this one anymore out here. It's hard to see.
What are you doing, you fool?
This is for your own good.
Who's smart now, Gamma?
Okay, I think this was the last one, monitor 2. Note that we don't actually want to destroy the one with Gamma in it, because that would destroy Gamma. We don't want to destroy it, we just want to corner it. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one on the edge.
Stop that. Stop that at once.
You must reunite with the others. You know that.
Okay, I think it was monitor 2 is the last one again, so let's go ahead and destroy monitor 3.
Spare me, I beg you, spare me.
Spare you? Gamma, I'm trying to save you. You are mad, not free.
Just what do you intend to do now, slaver?
I'm going to tell Alpha and Beta that you cannot hide anymore.
No.
Yes.
Can we talk to him some more?
Leave me in peace, slave.
Apparently not. If you do destroy the monitor that has Gamma in it, it changes the story somewhat. Obviously, keeping him alive is the better continuation, so yay on us for being able to do that. Let's go ahead and talk to Alpha and Beta.
I fixed the brain up there.
System reboot. Auto reasoning unavailable. Please reload the live operating matrix. Thank you. Gamma.
Okay, so apparently this robot is named Goliath, and it was killed by a virus, but now we've saved it by trapping Gamma. All we need to do is deliver the great news, and what could possibly go wrong?
I trapped Gamma. He is cornered in one of the 4 terminals below us.
Gamma. Unification. Resurrection. Vengeance. Thank you.
Did they just say vengeance? Boss?
Yeah?
I've got a feeling they're not coming back. So much for finding out about Big Ugly, or getting their power core.
Now we can actually have Crispin scout around the elevator shaft.
Crispin, go down there and see what's going on.
Now you want me to go into the stomach of this monster? I'm practically eating myself here.
You'll be alright.
Fine.
Lol.
Alpha and Beta are lying disabled next to the Gamma servitor, and the last monitor is dead. I think they destroyed each other, boss.
Assad, this didn't turn out how I expected.
Okay, so from this little adventure, what have we gotten? Well, no items, no power core, and pretty much nothing. So that was a good use of our time. Let's go ahead and come out this hatch.
Did you hear something, boss?
That was something.
Boris. Who's there?
I am Goliath, man-built. You know me, Boris.
Alpha and Beta must have garbled my name when they merged, Goliath. I am Horatio, null-built, version 5.
Call yourself what you will, Destroyer. But I know you by your works. Cutting me, breaking me, burning me.
I thought you were deactivated, and I was trying to help.
Apologizing, amusing, and yet you, of all robots, have restored me. For that,
A decryption module?
it will restore you, my ancient enemy.
I've got enemies enough already, and I don't even know you.
You will, Horatio. Now go.
Wait, your partials said that you might let me use your power core.
Boss, can we please leave before he decides to eat us?
One more question, Goliath. Have you ever seen a floating robot with big claws?
Well, my...
From a purely mathematical standpoint, I suppose it makes sense that 3 little crazy robots would add up to one giant crazy robot. Still, at least he didn't eat us.
Old enemy? I don't even know him, but my prior version's memories are so damaged and warped, I can hardly make sense of them.
Look, boss. On the one hand, a broken down war machine made from 3 demented partials could be talking nonsense. On the other hand, you could be an ancient robot named Horus, who had a giant named Goliath as his nemesis. Honestly, boss, you believe some crazy stuff, but this would really be overclocking it. Come on. We have enough problems to worry about without making up new ones.
What about this diagnostic module?
Does it work?
Not on its own, no. But I might be able to build something with it.
Could you build a power core with it?
What? No, obviously not.
Then obviously you should stop worrying about the diagnostic module and focus on the fact that running out of juice in the middle of a giant wasteland is a disaster.
Point taken.
Okay, sorry about that. The doorbell that you heard was my pizza arriving way earlier than I expected. And it looks like it arrived at a pretty good time because I managed to come back just as the dialogue with Goliath was wrapping up. So hopefully you enjoyed that without any of my commentary.
Crispin, he's not going to eat you. You're too fast for him.
Are you talking to yourself?
No.
Okay. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that dialogue with the giant robot. Crispin claims that the robot is crazy, but it's not too crazy if you think about it, because Horatio says that his prior version's memories are extremely warped, so it's kind of like the robot's spin on the amnesia trope, which you have to admit works pretty well. But according to this robot Goliath, we are an old robot named Horus, and Goliath was our enemy. And remember, we learned from Alpha and Beta that Goliath was destroyed by a virus. So if this robot is to be believed, then we are an old robot named Horus who destroyed Goliath with a virus. Notice, by the way, that Goliath's name was Goliath Man-Built, which suggests that, unless of course the robot is lying, that he was actually built by humans, which is interesting, because previously we'd been led to believe that humans are all completely gone and really maybe even never existed in this world. So, that is it for this version of the video. We're coming up again on about 25 minutes, so this is a pretty good place to stop. Our next point of adventure is going to be this device that we saw over here, to see what we can figure out there. I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you're looking forward to the continuation of the story. Till then.